What's up, guys? Welcome to Bipolar Boxing. We got Big Bang Zhilei Zhang versus Agit Kabayel on the undercard of Dmitry Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev 2. Man, what an awesome fight for the heavyweight division. Two definitely top 10 guys in the heavyweight division fighting each other. 50-50 fight. Um, Zhilei Zhang has had a lot of. He's a weird guy to bet his fights. I bet him pretty good, but I had Joe Joyce in the first fight. I had Hergovich against him. He cost me there. But other than that, I've bet all of his fights correctly. The fight that scares me in this, and this is why I'm gonna go with Cabial in this fight. I like the fact that Cabial is a mover. He's not a small dude, but he's got good feet. And there was another fighter that Zhilei Zhang, like all of these wins that Zhang has, let me just look real quick. But they haven't been movers recently. Like Deontay Wilder is not a mover. Parker is, and Parker beat him. Joe Joyce, not a mover. Joe Joyce, not a mover. Hergovich was a sitting duck in that fight. I think that fight kind of exposed Hergovich as not really being the guy that we thought he was. The point I'm trying to make is you go a couple fights down. The Jerry Forrest fight. Now, this fight was 4 years ago, but it was 4 years like that. Zhang was younger back then. Now Zhang's 41 years old. I sat there, and that was the first Zhang fight that I watched. And Zhang got outboxed in every single round that he didn't knock Jerry Forrest down. Jerry Forrest got knocked down 3 times in that fight and came out with a draw. Zhang got penalized a point in like the ninth round or something like that for holding. But I remember watching that fight and saying, like, I don't understand what all this Big Bang Zhang talks about. This big dude from China who was 37 years old at the time. Now he's 41, and it's just he's got that deviated septum. And he said after the fight, like, I know it looks like I'm tired when I fight. I'm not tired. It's just my deviated septum. I have to breathe through my mouth the whole fight. Like, that's not a good thing in boxing. And yes, you are tired, dude. Like, I saw you in that fight. You gassed out and you almost lost a decision to Jerry Forrest. And Jerry Forrest isn't near the fighter that Cabial is. And Zhang has got big wins, but I can't go back. I just can't say that he's a better fighter at 41 than he was at 37. It just doesn't make any sense. So I just don't think Zhang's going to have the gas tank, and I don't think he's going to knock Cabial out within the first 5 rounds. Like that might be something if you're a hedge player, like hedge your bet and pick Zhilei Zhang, maybe knockout rounds 1 through 5 and pick Cabial by decision or late stoppage. But I think Cabial is the real deal in the heavyweight division. Now he doesn't have many really good wins because Makhmudov, we found out that guy just stinks on ice. I mean, he got he lost there and then he lost to my boy Guido Vinello. Guido Vinello's a good fighter though, but I mean, he just wasn't that good. But Aggie kind of put himself on the map with that fight, and then he fought Frank Sanchez, and I mean, man, Frank Sanchez looked so bad in that fight, and I loved Frank Sanchez in that fight. I thought Frank Sanchez was the real deal. He was not, and Cabial, I just think Cabial, he's only 32 years old. That's the main gap. That's the main difference I see between these guys. If they were the same age, maybe I would go with Zhang, but I just like the style of Cabial, the fact that he's a mover, the fact that Zhang is 41 years old and he's going to come forward. He's going to be throwing punches. I don't think Cabial is going to be there, and I think he's just going to kind of pick him apart kind of like he did to Makhmudov. Zhang's a lot better than Makhmudov, but it's the same type of style. And I think he could get a late stoppage in this fight, and that's what I'm going to take. I'm going to take Agit Kabyal to knock Zhilei Zhang out in round 9. I'm just going to say a 9 round knockout. I just think Zhilei Zhang's going to gas. I don't like that deviated septum and the I just don't think his gas tank can be there at 41 years old. I mean, 41, that's old. I know he doesn't have a lot of fights. He's got a lot of amateur experience or a very good amateur pedigree. I don't know how many fights he had, but I know he was Olympian. And but like he's 41 years old. He's a big guy, but He's 6'6". I think Agit's like 6'3". They both got the same reach, and that just means that Kabayel, if he uses his feet right, he can land a lot of punches in this fight. And taking punches takes a lot out of your gas tank. So he already doesn't have a gas tank to begin with, and Cabial is going to be hitting him a lot more than guys like Deontay Wilder, who didn't even land a clean punch against Zhang. Joe Joyce, he's not going to be hitting him with. It's going to be more similar to the Joseph Parker fight, in my opinion, and Joseph Parker beat him. And I don't think he puts Agit Cabial down like he did Parker. So give me Cabial by knockout round 9. If not, it's going to be a pretty wide decision in my opinion. The only path to victory Zhang has, I believe, is a knockout within the first 5 rounds. But that's it. I just don't see this fight going any other way than, you know, round 3 or 4 knockout for Zhang or Cabial by like kind of a domination in this fight. I just believe in this Cabial guy, and maybe the winner of this will fight the winner of the Parker fight. That would be cool, but like I could see Cabial, promoting himself to get a title shot, and he would be deserving of it. And if he beats Jang here, because he'd have, 3 quality wins right in a row, and that's kind of enough to get you by in the heavyweight division, depending on how that Parker fight goes. But yeah, just give me Cabial. I'm gonna say knockout round 9. Have a good night, guys.